You came into my life quietly, not with fireworks or grand gestures, but with something far more dangerous: familiarity. You felt like something I'd lost, or maybe something I was always waiting for but didn't know existed. At first, I thought it was love, and maybe it was. But it wasn't the kind of love you hold onto. It was the kind that rips you open, shows you everything you're afraid to feel, and leaves you with nothing but yourself changed. I didn't know how deeply someone could affect me just by existing. It wasn't the time we spent, it was the intensity. The way you looked at me like you already knew me. The way my soul reacted before my brain even caught up. The connection wasn't logical. It was spiritual, emotional, unavoidable. And that's the hardest part to explain to anyone who's never felt it. You weren't just someone I liked. You were someone who mirrored something inside me I had forgotten existed. You made me remember, made me feel, made me ache. And then you left. But the truth is, maybe you were never mine to keep, because some people don't come into our lives to stay. They come to wake us up. You woke me up to the parts of myself I had abandoned, to the woman I buried under fear, logic, and routine, to the dreams I labeled as unrealistic. You reminded me of everything I wanted, not in you, but in me. It was never about you fixing me. It was about you shaking something loose inside me that had been stuck for years. You were a mirror, not a promise. And yes, it hurt like hell. It hurt to realize that the connection I felt so deeply, so purely, was not meant for forever. It hurt to see you go, to watch you fade into someone I once knew. But even through the pain, I couldn't deny what was happening within me. I started changing. I started choosing myself. I stopped asking for permission to want what I want, to feel what I feel. I stopped settling for half-loves and almosts. I stopped running from my own reflection. You weren't the one, but you were the one who reminded me that I'm worth loving. You brought back pieces of me I didn't know were missing. You cracked me open, not to destroy me, but to let the light in. We often talk about love like it's supposed to last forever, like the length of time determines the depth of meaning. But I've learned that some of the deepest loves don't come with permanence. They come with power. You were power. And now that you're gone, I can't pretend it didn't happen. I won't minimize it just because it ended. Endings don't erase beginnings. They define them. I still carry you, not as a wound, but as a lesson. Because you weren't just a person. You were a turning point. And I am different now. There are days when I still feel the echo of your presence, like your energy still lingers in the room long after you've left it. I hear a song, I see a word, and suddenly you're there again. Not physically, but emotionally. And in those moments, I don't cry like I used to. I don't wish things were different. I just remember, with a strange mix of gratitude and ache. You gave me a glimpse of what's possible. You showed me what it feels like to be seen. Fully, deeply. And maybe that's why it was so hard to let go. Because once you felt that, it's hard to settle for anything less. But letting go isn't always about forgetting. Sometimes it's about carrying the love without carrying the weight. I no longer need you to be here to value what we had. It lives in me, it shaped me, it stretched me, it woke me up. You were the spark that set fire to my old self. And now I walk with a softer heart, but stronger steps. It's strange, isn't it? How someone can walk into your life for just a chapter and yet rewrite the whole story. I don't regret meeting you. I don't regret feeling everything I felt. The love, the fear, the confusion, the longing. It was all real. And maybe that's what makes it beautiful. Not that it lasted, but that it existed. You were a reminder that the soul doesn't care about logic, timing, or outcomes. It responds to energy, to resonance, to truth. And your presence was truth. Not permanent, not painless, but real. I've stopped searching for closure because I realized I was never broken. I was breaking open. You didn't complete me. You reminded me to come back home, to myself. And for that, I will always be grateful. Even now, I carry you. Not like a shadow, but like a light I once touched. A light that helped me find my own. Some people are not meant to stay. They're meant to stir the waters, to rattle the silence, to awaken what's been asleep for far too long. That was you. And this is me now, awake, whole, and no longer afraid of my own depth. Thank you.